Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is your stimulus check update for June 23rd, 2020. So the first thing we have to discuss is Trump coming out in an interview confirming that we should expect to see another round of stimulus checks delivered within the next plan. Now, of course, this isn't 100% guaranteed simply because it has to get past Congress, has to be voted upon, has to be signed into law. So all of these things need to happen in order for it to go into effect. But that doesn't change the fact that this is still great news simply because we know that the Democrats support the idea of giving another round of checks. And we know that the Republicans will take Trump's word under careful consideration and will try to meet at some sort of middle ground with him. So all of these things together just helps the idea of pushing another round of stimulus checks. Now, adding to that great news, White House representatives have stated that stimulus checks are a part of the discussion in the next stimulus plan, whereas before it wasn't in the discussion. If you look just a week ago, they have kind of rejected the idea of another round of stimulus checks being a part of the current stimulus plan discussions amongst the White House representatives. Okay, so that's the first thing that I want you guys to kind of be aware of. Now, the next thing we have to discuss is authorities using this time to track down the people that have been stealing stimulus checks. Okay, so a reason for this break is not just to come up with a new stimulus plan, but is also to track down the individuals that have been stealing stimulus so that we don't have to go through the same mistakes in the future. They're using this period not just to come up with a plan, not because they're lazy, not because they don't want to implement something right now, but it's because they want to get these discussions going, want to create a new plan, and want to track down the individuals that have been stealing stimulus checks so that they don't have to go through these same issues over and over again. And they've already shown great effort at tracking down these individuals and making arrests. Okay, so that is something to keep in mind. I know people are frustrated with the fact that there isn't something implemented as of right now, but they do want to implement something by the end of July, early August, as soon as the unemployment stimulus runs out, so that people can be cared for. And hopefully whatever is implemented at that point is something that will truly be able to help people during this time, because tons of individuals have lost their jobs. The conversations that I've been having with business owners is some of the most disheartening conversations that I've ever had to deal with in my life. You know, hearing about employees that will not be able to return to work, hearing that businesses will be shut down and will no longer be opening even after this is all over, is something that was disheartening for me to hear. And that's just me sharing a personal story with you guys, okay? So overall, what we learned from all of this is that Trump has stayed pretty consistent with the idea of delivering another round of stimulus checks, which seems more so of a Democratic plan, as well as trying to create incentives to get the economy rolling so that people could have a job to return to when this is all over, which is more so of a Republican plan. Kind of seems like he's somewhere in the middle, which I think is a bit shocking for people to see, simply because when you hear Republicans speak, usually they're talking about preserving the businesses, which at the end of the day is preserving your jobs. I mean, if they let the business you work for be destroyed, then you won't have a job to return to. You will end up losing out on your coverage. You will end up losing your home. There's a trickle-down effect to that, okay? So Republicans are trying to preserve the economy and at the same time trying to preserve jobs, whereas Democrats seem more focused on giving out payments for right now, but it's not really so much of a structural plan for the future of the economy and people's livelihood. So anyway, that's the update for today. And if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comment section and I'll do my best to get back to you. Have a good one.